What's happening, everybody? I just thought I'd get on camera and give you guys a quick update on what's been happening since the event, and just a brief update on what actually happened during the event. I plan to make a longer video detailing what actually happened on the 24-hour period, but if I get into that now, we'll be here for 2 weeks minimum. So first of all, I just want to give a big shout out to everyone for all the support. I've never felt so much love come my way and the team's way. During the event, before the event, after the event, it was next level mind-blowing to feel that amount of support from people. If you don't know what happened during the event, or it wasn't clear in the videos, essentially basically 3 or 4 hours into the ride, I developed a really serious amount of nausea, and I just started vomiting it. I was just projectile vomiting on the side of the truck. I felt like a 16-year-old who just had a sip of fucking alcohol for the first time. So I was just projectile vomiting on the side of the track, which made it extremely difficult after that to ride at speed and consume the food and stay warm. So that's a whole nother side story, but essentially I was doing all my training up in Brisbane at Nunda Crit Track across from the airport, and then about a month before, the plan to do it there fell through. We weren't actually allowed to do it. So thank God, through our good friend Haz at Ford, gave us the opportunity to use the Ford testing track in Victoria. But that meant that we were coming from such a very hot climate down to an extremely cold climate. And I think that had an effect. And there's all these sorts of things, but the key point is I didn't have it in me on the day to ride at the speed that I thought I would, it was really heartbreaking for me, because I had put in the best training I had done everything I thought would be enough, and I really felt that I was on track and my mind was focused, but I guess that's just the way it crumbles sometimes, and it was probably simultaneously the most beautiful event and the most traumatic event for me, and it was definitely the hardest night. From the moment I started throwing up to the moment it finished, it was the hardest bike ride I've ever done in my whole life, and it was a constant struggle just to turn the pedals. And I never think I've moaned that much in my whole life, which is, I don't even know how to feel about it. Sometimes I drive on the M1. I'm driving on the M1 here, and it's concrete, and even the feel of the concrete in the car makes me feel sick to a degree. It makes me, brings on the nausea again, which was interesting. So I just want to give a big shout out to all of you, because it really meant the world to me to see all your love and support, especially when it didn't work out, especially when it didn't work out. I believe personally that it did work out, and that was meant to happen, and I'm almost viewing that as a test ride now, because we're going to come back in January and reattempt it. And it's not so much about the record for me now, it's more so just about doing the ride I know I can in my heart, because I know that I can do a super ride relative to my performance. I know that I got something great in me in those 24 hours, and until I pull that out of myself, I'm not going to stop. And if that's the record, it's the record. If it's not the record, I don't even care anymore. That first shot at it showed me that it's not even about the record. It's just about getting the best out of myself. So it really squashed any desire to achieve the record, and more so ignited a desire in me just to do what I feel like I can do on the bike in those 24 hours. So that's where it's at currently. There's a whole video going to come soon about what I thought personally went wrong with myself in the lead up, during the event, because there's plenty of things that I thought, reflecting now, I thought I could do better or improve for next time, which will be interesting to share with you. But the main reason why I'm talking to you guys now is for help, which I really struggle to ask for help, but I just feel like it's important. I got the iPhone camera out because there's no time. It's a time sensitive thing, and I'm not going to wait till I get the good camera with the good audio and good shit. It's really important for me now just to tell you how I'm feeling from the heart, and let you know what I'm trying to do, and see if there's anyone who's watching who would be able to help us out with this. So getting ready for this 24-hour event, we made those YouTube videos, that YouTube series, 24-hour time trial, yada, yada, yada. And that was really good. I hope a lot of you enjoyed that, and it was great to make those and reconnect with the audience, because I had really just been really sparse with my uploads before that. But I really wanted to try and be consistent in the lead up to that first one. And I feel like we achieved that, and we produced some great videos documenting the journey. And I feel like now we have a great opportunity to create something really great leading into the next attempt in about 6 months' time. And I personally feel like we should make a documentary leading into the second attempt and really document that to the best of our ability. And I feel like it's my duty to showcase what it's like to do all that training, to put your heart and soul into something so much and then have it flip on its head within 3 hours, and then pick yourself up and go for it once again and make all the improvements and adjustments. And my heart's really calling me to make a documentary about it, not a YouTube series, or maybe a YouTube series, I'm not sure. But it's really, I feel even more of a duty now to document it, more of a duty now to share the process with people. And what I learned through the last one was that if I'm responsible of doing all those things while simultaneously training, while simultaneously organizing, it's too much for me. It becomes quite a lot on my plate. So we're looking now to actually contract people to come on board and help us film this documentary to the best of our abilities, and then be able to showcase that with you when it's all said and done. So basically what we're seeking, or what we are seeking, is that we're looking for individual or group donors to get on board and partner up with us to produce this documentary. And I'm not sure who they are. I'm not sure if you're watching right now. I'm not sure where they are in the world, but I know that there'd be people out there with companies, businesses, small businesses, big businesses, who enjoyed what we did leading up to this one and who would love to be a part of the next one. And if you have the ability to help us out, or partner with us, I should say, and work with us to produce this documentary for the next 6 months, I'd love to have a conversation with you, whether it be by phone or send me an email and open a dialogue about how we can create something really great for just the world. And I think we had a great taste of that in the first season or first series, because together we raised $30,000 for Masaka Cycling Club. Now that's just mind-blowing. That was really my number one intention. My first intention was to be able to help these people's lives over in Uganda, and that was my intention. But the reality is that we all came together to create that. That was more about you guys than it was about me, because all I did was facilitate a channel for all of the funds to come through, but it's all of your money. And so all of you guys are responsible for changing. There's 520 people who donated. All of you are responsible, even if you didn't donate and you were just watching and supporting and sharing and liking, all of you are responsible for changing our friends in Uganda's life forever. The facility is being built, and for all we know, in 6 months' time, there might be someone who will turn pro from that facility and have a completely new life, thanks to all your support and financial help. So we're looking to continue in the same theme, and obviously use this as a trampoline to be able to support our friends in Masaka again on a higher level. But I feel like the best way to approach that is through creating a documentary about just exactly what's taken place. Putting your heart and soul into everything for that long, and not even being able to get the best out of yourself on the day, and then coming back from that and working with the changes and overcoming that, and then seeing what happens the second time through. And it's definitely been, it almost feels like a rite of passage for me, because I've never had that happen riding. I rode across Australia, it worked out really well. I rode across America, it worked out really well. And I put in more effort into this training than I've ever trained in my whole life. I put more focus, more intention, more effort, my heart and soul into every single ride. And that was the result on the day, which broke my heart at the time, but it also broke it open. And it broke it open to new opportunities, new possibilities. And I kind of seen the bigger picture in those moments of what that would do for me as a human being, or what it will actually do for me as a human being, and be able to share that experience with other people. Because if there's one thing people know, it's to put your heart and soul into something and then just have life flip it on its head. But we're running with it that it's been flipped on its head for our benefit. So that's where we're coming from. So I just want to give a big shout out to all of you. Main takeaway from this video is that I love all of you from the bottom of my heart. And you made that really special for me, and you made it really special for everyone in Uganda. And $30,000 is an inconceivable amount of money to people from that region. and you should all be proud of how we all came together for a single cause. And look what we can do with just a bit of intention and putting some money into an account. Like, it's going to change these people's lives. There was big donations, there was small donations, there was donations from all over the globe. No matter how small or big they were, they all made an impact. So I want to personally thank you, and everyone in Masaka I know would be thanking you, and you've changed their lives. Second to that is that we are seeking partnership with people who own companies, whether it be big or small, to help us create and fund this documentary going into the next attempt in January. And if there's someone out there, and if you feel like you can want to be a partner with that, just get in contact with me. I'll leave my email in the description. I would leave my phone number in there, but shit will pop off if I leave my phone number in there. I start getting all sorts of weird messages. And I already get weird messages from people, man. They don't stop. So I love you all. I appreciate it all. And I'm really excited to what's going to come. And God willing, that we'll be able to get the funding through these partnerships and be able to produce something really great for you guys. And who knows, we might be able to produce the documentary, the big piece, in 6 months' time in the lead up to it. And also be able to produce the same amount of YouTube videos too. That would be really cool. It's relative to the support we get through our partnerships, is to how we're going to be able to the amount we're going to be able to create for you guys. So I really appreciate it. And I'll be seeing you in the update video of what my thoughts are on the event and what I thought went wrong very soon. Shout out to all of you. Number one, I'll be seeing you on the tube light. Shout out to Big H. Shout out to all our friends in Masaka. And just a big shout out to all of you doing your best in whatever you're doing. And a lot of love from me, a lot of love from the team. I know their lives have been changed because of it. And we just want to say thank you. So I'll speak to you guys soon.